Hey everybody, I'm Jim Fletcher, an estate planning attorney here in Georgia. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 8 things you should not put in your will. Even if a lawyer helped you write your will and it looks completely legit, there could be things in there that don't belong. Let's go over it together and make sure your estate plan really does what you want it to do. So the first is funeral arrangements. Let's start with your funeral wishes. Imagine this, you pass away, your family plans the funeral, they lay you to rest, and a week later they open your will and discover you actually wanted to be cremated. That is not ideal. So the problem is that wills aren't usually read until days or even weeks after someone dies. So putting funeral instruction in your will is often too late. Here's what to do instead. Talk to your loved ones ahead of time. Better yet, put your funeral preferences in a separate written document and give copies to your family and your designated agent under a healthcare directive. Number 2 is organ donation. Hey, it saves lives, and I've seen that impact firsthand. But putting your organ donation wishes in your will, it won't be noticed until it's too late. Doctors and hospitals don't read wills before making those decisions. Instead, register as a donor in the Georgia Organ and Tissue Donor Registry, or check that little box at the Georgia Department of Driver Services to add it to your license. That's where it counts. IRA beneficiaries. Number 3. That's a big one. I see it all the time. Someone puts in their will, I leave my IRA to my son, Jimmy. But when they originally opened their IRA, they named Sally as the beneficiary. Guess who gets the money? Sally. Why? Because the beneficiary designation overrides the will. Review and update your IRA, 401k, and retirement account beneficiaries after life changes, marriage, divorce, the birth of a child. Number 4 is life support decisions. If a client says, if there's no hope for recovery, take me off the machines. I get that completely, but don't put it in your will. Your will gets read after death, not during medical treatment. What you need is a Georgia Advance Directive for healthcare. It's a legal document where you lay out your wishes for end-of-life care. Hospitals and doctors will look at that, not your will. 5 is assets held in a trust. Say you've set up a revocable living trust. You transferred your home and investments into that to avoid probate. But then in your will you say, I leave my house to Jimmy. Well, guess what? If your trust owns the house, your will has 0 control over it. So here's a good rule of thumb. Assets in a trust are governed by the trust document, not your will. So make sure your trust is properly funded and that it clearly names the right beneficiaries. Number 6 will be property in an LLC. Maybe you own rental properties through an LLC. You're trying to get liability protection. And it owns 4 properties. But in your will, you assign specific properties to specific heirs. The problem is you don't own the individual properties. The LLC does. You just own the membership interest in the LLC. So if you want to pass those properties down separately, consider setting up multiple LLCs, maybe one per property, structuring your operating agreement and estate plan so that your membership interest passes to who you want it to. Number 7 is explaining why you left a gift. If you say, I'm leaving $10,000 to Jimmy because he called me every week and he brought me groceries, and when I was sick, he came and saw me. He didn't forget my birthday. That's sweet, but your will is not the place to express those justifications. If you want to include a personal message, write a separate letter. It can be heartfelt, meaningful, private, not part of a public court filing like your will. Number 8 is life insurance and annuities. Just like IRAs, life insurance and annuities pass outside your will. If you wrote in your will, my life insurance goes to Jimmy, but your spouse is listed under the life insurance policy, the spouse is getting the money because they're the beneficiary of that, and it overrides the will. All right, quick recap. 8 things not to put into your will. Funeral arrangements, organ donation, IRA beneficiaries, life support decisions, trust assets, property in your LLCs, justifications for gifts, and your life insurance and annuities. Your will is important, but it's just one part of your estate plan. We make sure everything is coordinated the right way. So if you found this helpful, tap the like button and hit subscribe. If you turn on notifications, you won't miss my next video. Hey, I'm Jim Fletcher, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.